A day after reports surfaced that an Indian Air Force pilot was in Pakistan's custody, India has demanded his immediate return. Pakistan claims that it captured the pilot after his aircraft was shot down during an aerial engagement. India has also lashed out at Pakistan's violation of all norms of international humanitarian law at the Geneva Convention. Now let me take you through what exactly the Geneva Conventions are. The Geneva Conventions are a series of treaties concluded in Geneva between 1864 and 1949 for the purpose of bettering the effects of war on soldiers and civilians. The conventions were established as a result of Red Cross founder Henry Dunant pushing for negotiations to help the wounded in time of war in 1864. The Geneva Conventions lay down the guidelines which members of the UN must follow in order to protect human rights. What is the relevance in the current scenario? There are 4 Geneva Conventions. The third Geneva Convention stated that prisoners of war must be treated humanely, information about them must be furnished, and official visits to prison camps by representatives of neutral states must be permitted. This came to be known as the Convention Relating to Treatment of Prisoners of War 1929. Prisoners of war must in no way be subjected to physical or mental torture. They must neither be subject to any form of coercion to secure any information. If a prisoner of war refuses to answer any question, he or she must not be threatened, insulted, or exposed to any unpleasant or disadvantageous treatment. Now, is our IAF pilot a prisoner of war? Neither the Indian Ministry of External Affairs nor its Pakistani counterpart has identified the IAF pilot as a prisoner of war. However, as per the Third Geneva Convention, the convention applies to all cases of declared war or of any other armed conflict which may arise between 2 or more of the signatories, even if the state of war is not recognized by one of them. Now, what happens if he indeed is identified as a prisoner of war? If the missing pilot is officially declared as a prisoner of war, then in accordance with the Article 118, first paragraph of the 1949 Third Geneva Convention, prisoners of war shall be released and repatriated without delay after the cessation of active hostilities, and unjustifiable delay in the repatriation of prisoners of war or civilians is a grave breach of protocol. Once prisoner of war status is awarded to a combatant, he may be interned without any particular procedure or reason. Now, the purpose of this internment is not to punish them, but only to hinder the direct participation in hostilities. Article 13 of the Third Convention states prisoners of war must at all times be protected, particularly against acts of violence or intimidation and against insults and public curiosity. Measures of reprisal against prisoners of war are prohibited.